Good morning and welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh with Roger Norgel here. It's Sunday, March the 16th. We're in the middle of that winter storm. We're actually just getting freezing rain and sleet right now. Most of it, the severe snow, I think, is going north of us. Goats are all finished kidding. The oldest ones are 3 weeks old, and the youngest ones, I think, are a week old today. So the two bottle babies, the white one and the little brown one with white spots, went to their new home yesterday. My niece and her husband are taking them. Their daughters, Lucy and Addie, are taking them in 4-H. They're also going to get two more. They're getting the buckling out of this triplet group. Don't know where he's at right now. He's probably up there in the hay manger. And then they're getting a doeling out of the first set of quads. I kept her back because she's nursing off of other does, so she's not on the bottle right now. And when we pull that other buckling off, which I think that's him right there, he'll have a companion to be with when we start him on the bottle. And we'll probably get those down to Stacy and Jay in about 2 weeks. But these guys are all doing pretty good. This black doe, she's a jumper, and now she's decided she likes to jump over this gate here, which that's a 4-foot panel. She just hops right over it. But the other does on that side over here are aggressive towards her, so if they get too aggressive, she just hops back. But I'm not worried about that. Her twins are doing great, so just a cold, miserable day today. I put that heat lamp over there, and as you can see, the kids are laying underneath it, and it's supposed to get much colder this week, so they definitely need the heat lamps for now. But anyway, everybody seems to be doing well. I'm glad they're inside because these little kids would get chilled outside on a day like today. We had really high winds yesterday, and it blew down the small shelter we had for the rams and the llama and the billy goat and the dogs. So I shifted the goats that were in that pen over here at the lambs today. We're getting a sleet and ice storm. Everything is just soaking wet and frozen. And then I let the llama and those in there for shelter because they gotta get in out of this weather because it's just miserable and unfair to expect them to stay out in this. So this will have to do it temporarily. I would say, I don't know, we've had at least 2 to 3 inches of slush and snow. Everything's coated with about 1/4 inch of ice, 1/8 inch. You can see that or not. Lights have flickered off and on once in a while. Several communities scattered power outages. The trees are heavy with ice. So we do have a backup generator for both the house and the barn. So if we need it, we've got it. But this is just miserable weather. I'm glad the does and the kids are still in the barn because this would have been deadly for the kids. Even if they had shelter to get in, they just can't withstand this cold, damp weather. So this will do it for today. I just did the afternoon feeding and gave these guys just a little more room here, because the goats are gonna probably take up some of the space. And we've got this overhang here, so you can see it stays dry out here. So at least they're out of the wind and they're dry. They'll be okay. Lambs are nice and dry in here. Just put in fresh hay, so they can stay dry. They got food right here. Water's just a short walk out there, so they don't get real wet going out there. But even so, you can see how they're just a little chilled, a little cold. We got a dry place for them to lay in here. So I think this is supposed to hopefully be done by tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's supposed to get even colder, like I think Tuesday and Wednesday, and then warm back up. So we'll get through this. Just got to try to keep them on as much the same schedule as we can. They're eating good. I'm only putting 18 pounds out, 9 morning and 9 night, because more than that, I've had a couple lambs get some diarrhea, so I think they were eating a little bit too much grain. And they're really going into the hay now. So, oldest lambs are, January, February? They're about 2.5 months old. The youngest lambs, I think, are a little over a month old. So we'll be vaccinating you again, or for the first time, I think about the first part of April, and get their Clostridium CD&T, and then they'll get a booster on that 3 weeks later. And then our goal is to wean these about the middle of April. They should all be old enough by then. But miserable weather. Everybody's doing as well as they can. Ewes are out there eating, but when they're not eating, they're in here out of the wind and the sleet. So as long as they can get in out of the wind and keep dry, they'll be okay. It is 6:30 in the morning, and we have lost power for the second time. We lost it last night between about 9:15, and came back on at midnight. So we're headed back out to hook up the generator for the barn, so everything doesn't freeze outside and the water tanks don't freeze and all that. So let's go do it. All right, we're here in the barn, and you have to shut everything off. And then you have to shut off the main feed. And then you push this up. And that turns it on to feed from the generator. So now we got to go turn the generator on. Generator's sitting right here and here. So we'll go out and do that. So the fuel filter or fuel line is turned on. Pull up the choke. Need that one on. Those. Water heater, barn lights. That should do it. And we have electricity. Yeah, lights are on out here. Morning, ladies. So we're on separate lines. We have a backup generator for the house, and fortunately we bought this generator last year because we happened to think we don't have any power. We used it once last summer. This is the second time this morning, or yesterday and today. But the goat shed down where the run-in shed is, there's automatic water down there. It's electrified. So this runs the whole barn and all the way down there. So anyway, we're just really thankful we bought this, because if all this would freeze, we've got radiant heat in the floor, pressure tank for the well right there, refrigerator, hot water heater. So if all this would freeze, we'd be in big trouble. There's the boiler for the radiant heat. So this generator has been really a good investment, because you never know when you're going to need it. So don't know how much longer. It's supposed to snow for several more hours. You can see it out there. This is part of that whole big system. I don't know how much snow we have. We got some drifts there along the house. So anyway, we'll get through this. It's supposed to warm up later this week. It's supposed to get down around 0 tonight temperature-wise. So this is the fun of being in the winter. 7:45 in the morning, and we are heading out to. We got to go get some more gas for the portable generator, and we want to pick up another 5-gallon gas can so we can have 10 gallons on hand. So our snowplow service came this morning sometime or during the night, so at least they got the first part of it plowed out. We're supposed to continue to have snow this morning until afternoon at the rate of about 1 inch an hour. The highway's been plowed out, so that's good. So we just take our time and don't do anything stupid and get our errands running. I must say, I really appreciate this tractor cab on a day like today, and it's really hot in the summer with the air conditioning and the dust. It's not too bad down here. Quite a bit of snow, you can see there. Lambs are a little wet, but you'd expect that from all the snow. They're eating well. Bedding's a little wet, so I have to bring down some fresh bedding today because they go in with the snow and then it melts off. So we'll bring some down today, build it back up again because it's supposed to get colder tomorrow and tonight and tomorrow and Wednesday. Garrett defends his food. Sheep kind of come up and he chases them away. The water supplies worked out well. We got some deep drifts here, so I'm gonna take the tractor loader and try to clear some of this away. As you can see, I've had to move a little bit of snow over there by the run-in shed, and then up here by the corner, and then behind this pile here, so I can have access to the hay feeders. Wind is really whipping around here today, blowing a lot of drifts, but we're getting through it. Put another nice fresh layer of straw in here for them. Put some in the creek pen too. They cleaned up all their grain from this morning and working on their hay. So this will be good for them for tonight and tomorrow night because it's supposed to get pretty cold. There's some over there for the pregnant ewes too. It's pretty wet for them, so that'll help keep it dry for them too. It is 5 p.m. on Monday, March the 16th, and the sun is shining. It has quit snowing, still windy. We ended up with 12.7 inches of snow, about 1/2 inch of rain, and 0.67 inches of sleet in the last 24 to 36 hours. So quite the winter storm. I think we're through the worst of it. So thanks for joining us at Norwal Farm, and we will see you next time.